Hello, Realty USA agents. Bob Patterson with Homes Media Solutions. We're going to talk about Envoy today. So what you're seeing on the screen presently, I'm going to go up at the top, browse. I'm using Chrome right now instead of Explorer or Firefox. So I'm going to log into my Envoy account or eNeighborhoods. So I typed in eNext.com, eNext.com, hit enter. And this is my login page. You have been given your username and login. So I'm going to go ahead and log into my account. And let's get into eNeighborhoods. So here we are at our screen. Typically, you'll notice at the top, it says eNeighborhoods. It's got my neighborhood, Envoy, CMA, buyer tour. All these at the top you have access to except website. In your direct marketing or contacts, which is the email drip campaign, we do have a module for that. It's a little kludgy. You might not necessarily want to use it, but it does work to some extent. So one of the things to remember is over on your profile. So this little button at the top right, and when I'm hovering my little cursor, it's got that little head and shoulders. This is where you can change your information about who you are. So any of the modules that you use, like the buyer tour, CMA, or Envoy, or neighborhood report, this is where anything that prints out is going to have your branding, which is your name. So my example here is I've got robert.pattersonhomes.com, Robert Patterson Real Estate. This is just some information I put in here, like this is my particular profile. Designations, if you have any designations, like a broker, broker associate, etc. This is where you can pick from over here, and you can move it over to the personal designations as well. Your photo, this is where I've uploaded my photo. You just go up here where it says upload, and you can upload your photo, just like you see here. And this is just like if you're uploading photos to an MLS listing, you're just getting it off your laptop or wherever you have the file saved. Your logo, mine says Homes Media Solutions. Yours is going to have Realty USA on it, which you can get. Don't worry about design with regard to, this has to do with Design Center. We're not talking about this module now. Report settings, these are where you can change your slogans and whatnot that show up on your report. Pretty self-explanatory. You can go through each one of these buttons. Your MLS. So you need to make sure, so I'm here in Atlanta. I've picked first multiple listing service here in Atlanta, but you can go to your New York. Hit New York, and it's going to give you a pull-down menu. Here's Brooklyn, Oswego, Warren County, Myra. So which one of these is yours? You need to pick that. Go to custom. These are custom headers if you like to have one on there. You can add your password here and your email signature if you email your reports out of eNeighborhoods. So here's where I've got my little, I've typed in all my information. This will show up automatically from your profile information, but if you'd like to change this, just click in it. It's just like a Word document. By all means, you can change how it looks. So at the very end, if you've gone through all these tabs and changed any of your profile information, you can hit Finish, and this will save all of your information. So right now I'm going to hit Cancel because I don't want to change, because I didn't really change a whole lot there. I'm going to go ahead and delve into the Neighborhood Envoy, which is the same as Neighborhood Report. You're going to notice on the screen it says Neighborhood Reports. It says Neighborhood Envoy, and it says over here Neighborhood Envoy Web. And I'll show you all three of these in just a second. But we're first going to go into Neighborhood Reports. Click on the report. So my example here is I've actually gone in, I'm doing a neighborhood report. Now I'm not doing it for a specific home. So here's my example for you. The picture that I've uploaded here happens to be the clubhouse for this neighborhood, which is called the Hamptons of Duluth. I've prepared this for the homeowners of the Hamptons of Duluth. There's 318 homes in this subdivision. So I've created this neighborhood report for the sole reason of being able to post this. And I'm going to show you a Facebook post in a second. But also I'm creating this report as a neighborhood report just for the consumers in that neighborhood. So they'll be branded to me so they'll know who I am. So here's the actual address of the clubhouse. It's 2950 Oak Hampton Way, Duluth, Georgia, 30096. Typically, the features that you'd see here are features of a home if you're doing a neighborhood report. But here, what I did was, for the neighborhood clubhouse, I put great for parties, children's pool, playground, professional landscape, close to shopping, community pool, 2 tennis courts, and you'll get the gist of what I'm saying here. You can also put remarks as well about the subdivision if you'd like. So here's where I've uploaded all this information. I've got the subject property. So now in the system, it's going to locate it. I've actually put this address in it. So the report is going to create a statistical report around this address. You can do it from city, zip, school district, or MLS listing if you'd like to. Properties. So these properties that you see here, I've put solds in here. Get rid of this active. I've clicked on the solds because what I'm doing is I'm creating this neighborhood report for this neighborhood so that the actual homeowners can see a report and will see lots of different information about the neighborhood in the area and as well as the sold data. So when you export sold data out of your MLS, we've given you how to export and import. So you export out of your particular MLS, and you can import these listings. So right here on the left-hand side, it says Import MLS Data. So I'm going to click on that, and you just go choose a file and just find out where the file is saved on your computer to import it. It's really easy. Once you've found that file, you can upload the file. And as you see here, in the file I had actives and I had solds for this subdivision, Oak Hampton Way. So these are some of the actives that are in this subdivision, and here's the solds. But I'm going to have only solds. You can manually add a listing if you would like. You can click on here and select all if you needed to, or select none, but you can also check these yourself, for instance. It's going to go and map these properties. Once you click the map, it takes it a second, the system will generate and populate. And here are the solds that you see on the screen for this subdivision, Hampton Place, or Hamptons of Duluth. Now, you can do a presentation format where if you want to do a neighborhood report and you happen to be in a person's or consumer's house and you want to do this in your online. However, though, what I have done is, if you go to the Publish tab, you can publish using different looks. Here's a summer look, for instance. Or if you like to, there is a Realty USA look as well. In the pull-down menu, it says Realty USA. It's going to switch over to Realty USA. And so here's the Realty USA header, so it'll print out with this report. So the example I'm going to show you is I created one in the summer look. So here is the summer look. When you publish this, you can either print this and we'll create a PDF and you can print this out. You can email this report if you would like to a consumer, or you can post it to the web. So if you click on Post to Web, it's actually going to create a unique URL. You got to hit Run Report after you say Post to the Web. It's going to create a unique URL that you can post that URL anywhere you want. You can post it on your website. You can post it on LinkedIn. You can email it, put it on your Facebook page. However you want to do the link, you can do it that way. So it's generating the actual report now, and it's going to create the actual unique URL. One thing you got to remember here, and here's the URL itself. So it goes all the way from HTTP all the way over here to .pdf. So what I did in this, for instance, I went in with this long URL. I'm going to close this window. And I posted that particular URL. Now here is the Facebook page for this subdivision, the Hamptons of Duluth. This community has posted their very own, or they've created their own very own Facebook page. So in this neighborhood, they've got 31 people that are associated with the Hamptons of Duluth Facebook page. Here is where I actually posted this community neighborhood report. And you'll notice right here, there is the URL right there, tinyurl.com. So I shortened the URL by going to tinyurl. So let's go back up here. I'm going to go to Google, just so you know how to do this, if you haven't already. Now I'm going to put tinyurl, and there it is, tinyurl.com, shorten that long URL to a tiny URL. If you click on that, this is just type in or paste in that real long URL string that you saw, and it will create a make a tiny URL. You can use that new URL, and you can paste it just like you see right here. So now any of the consumers that come in here from that like this Facebook page, they can click on my report, and here it is. So there's that summer look that I'm talking about. Here's my photo. This is that front home picture of the clubhouse. I prepared it for the homeowners of Duluth. Here's the address. It's prepared by me. So in your case, it would have Realty USA, your photo. You might have the Realty USA header at the top if you'd like. It's got all my information about who I am. Here's my photo again. It's presented by me. This is information about me. With regard to you, the more information you put on your profile, the more it shows up on this page as well. So here's the homes, neighborhood facts. So I'm giving them a lot of information. So if a consumer were to come on here from Hamptons and notice this, and they say, hey, well, Bob Patterson knows a lot about the neighborhood and the surrounding area. He's really provided a lot of information. Ever thought about selling my home? He probably would be a good real estate agent to utilize. There's school information. But the main thing that I created this report for, and I posted on the Facebook page, had to do with sold data. When we get down to there's school information, as I scroll down through here, you can make these reports longer if you want to. You can get rid of school data, get rid of a lot of this, just have sold down here if you want. But here's recent home sales. So in this subdivision, and I went back like 6 months of my search. I think I went back 6 months, maybe a little longer. So here's a home for sale, Oakhampton Way, Wiley Ridge, Amesbury. So I am going to update this every 6 months. Well, actually more often than that, probably about every 3 months, and repost this report with a new recent home sales report onto that Facebook page. So these consumers in this neighborhood who are going to this are going to start seeing that I'm posting a lot of relevant information. How's the board chip? It's got a lot of information in here for the consumer. So those neighbors that are in the Hamptons of Duluth that see this, they can also send this unique URL to friends they know as well. So when you create this neighborhood report, these are reports if people are interested in a subdivision you want to show them. You can send them this report as well. You can leave off the solds if you'd like to, but you can also add the active listings and the sold data as well.